Good morning, everyone. Rise and shine and say hello to Rocco.
Hi, Rocco Gibson here.
Recording artist, chef, yoga instructor, and he's showing us how to start the day on a positive note. And while we're hanging out with Rocco, get ready for a dose of healthy vibes for mind, body, and spirit.
Voila! And then you just dip and you enjoy. There you have it.
Hello, folks. Hey, Chris, say hello.
Hey.
Albany Rural Cemetery. I've always found cemeteries to be very peaceful. I don't find them spooky. As we go along, and as you see the sights, look with no label. They're coming to get you, Barbara. Once again, this is something you can do that's free. It costs nothing. This is a huge cemetery. Chris and I come here maybe once or twice a year. It's just absolutely beautiful. Weather permitting, of course. One time we actually got lost and we wandered our way into another cemetery. The person who invented toilet paper supposedly is buried here. I just realized that this is a great video to do because Halloween is coming up. Trying to catch up with Chris. This almost sounds like footage for the next Blair Witch Project. By the way, some Chakra 101 for you, which I'm going to be sharing with you, but the blue chakra resonates with the color blue, specifically azure blue, the color of the sky. Hey babe, you having fun? Yes. This is starting to look like the set of a really creepy horror movie, which I suppose is not a good thing. So babe, how do we find our way back to the car? Hi guys. So, as many of you know, my partner has been diagnosed with stage 3 cancer, and he's on week 3 of chemo and radiation. And true to form, he has no facial hair. He shaved it because it was starting to thin. So, as they say, I can't take your pain away, but I can cry with you. Okay, time to show him. All right, I'm not filming you, but...
Holy crap, so fast, huh? Okay.
I'm willing to look like Mr. Clean for you, babe. I love you. Hi guys, I'm gonna show you how to make a really quick, really easy beverage that I drink all the time. It's good for you, it's healthy, and it's basically infused water. You can really use anything you want in the water. You can use grapes, you can use mint, you can use cucumber. The last batch that I did, which was actually shown in one of my cooking videos, was strawberries, cucumber, mint, and basil. And it was delicious. It's a great thing to drink, and I find that it energizes me. It could be because it has the essence of the fruit and, in some cases, vegetables in it. Put all of the pieces in a pitcher. Fill her up. What I chose to do is to use not cold water, but room temperature water, maybe even a little bit warm, because that's going to help the essence of the strawberries to infuse into the water all the more quickly. What we're going to do is we're going to put this in the fridge, and we're going to keep it there for the longer you keep it in there. Obviously it's going to get cold, which is refreshing, but the water is actually going to take on a pink hue, and that means that the strawberry essence is really in the water, and you're getting the benefits of the strawberries. So it's a great thing to drink. We have just arrived in Woodstock. It is free to hang out in Woodstock. Of course, you are gonna want to keep in mind, gas expense and travel time. Aside from that, you can walk around. If you have a few extra bucks and if you want to buy a few things, definitely you can do that. But it's not a requirement. A little bit of nature. We're heading right on in. Say hi, babe.
Hey.
The way things have progressed so far, we stopped in a really cute shop, and now we're on our way to go to a restaurant that specializes in meatballs. Impossible meatballs, beef meatballs, turkey meatballs. So we'll see how it goes. We had an amazing lunch. It was absolutely delicious. I had 2 meatballs with a walnut bolognese. There will be a bolognese cooking video coming up soon. There is an amazing candle shop we're gonna go in, and also there's a bookstore that I love to go in. You can hear some music going on. You can check out you can hear a drumming circle going on, which is great. And the journey continues. We're going to go to the flea market where there's a lot of stands and stuff where you can get like crystals and various stuff. Woohoo! Flea market. The great thing about Woodstock is the energy here. It's very natural. It feels very healing. Everyone here has such a peaceful vibe. It's a place where you really come to get away. You know that you've engaged in self-care when you feel refreshed, you feel rejuvenated. That's the feeling you're looking for. And if you haven't gotten that, then you need to engage in more self-care as soon as you can. And repeat as necessary. What a gorgeous day. I want to talk to you guys about one of my songs, Medusa. It's one of two tunes that I've made that actually tell a story. It's a musical interpretation of her story. And I wanted to just show that Medusa wasn't just the monstrous gorgon that everyone, see her as. The story is really sad. She was a beautiful, beautiful high priestess to Athena, the goddess of wisdom. And Medusa was very alluring. She was a virgin, she was virtuous, and she was very, very loyal to Athena. Poseidon, who I believe Poseidon and Athena may have had a thing going on, perhaps, or Athena may have been in love with Poseidon, whatever. But Poseidon had the hots for Medusa. On the stairs to Athena's temple, Poseidon either seduced her or assaulted her. There's two versions of what the myth is. I would like to think that she was seduced. I hate the thought of her of just something really horrible happening to this poor priestess. So Athena, rather than taking pity, got really angry and turned her into a gorgon. I don't know if she took any action against Poseidon. I'm not sure. If anybody knows this myth, maybe you guys know something that I don't. But it's just very sad. And so as a gorgon, or gorgon, whatever, you can't look at anyone without turning them to stone, including someone who you may have loved, someone who you may really admire. Medusa was on her own. She was isolated and it just turned into a hideous creature. And she met her end when Perseus came and beheaded her. When she was beheaded, Pegasus birthed itself out of her body, out of her neck. So that symbolizes beauty that did come about through her death. So my song starts out with an alluring, attractive, dancey sound. It's got that kind of a feel. And there's some bells in there, giving it kind of sort of a priestess vibe. And as the song progresses, it becomes more intense. There's an organ that plays, and the overall mood is more of a I might be getting into trouble kind of thing, or I might be getting too far into something. And of course, that's when Poseidon She has her encounter with Poseidon, if you could call it that. And that music continues and doesn't get any better. And that, of course, symbolizes when, Medusa is trying to redeem herself and really ask Athena for help. And then the music changes to this wild, intense, really almost kind of scary, almost sort of Phantom of the Opera sound. And that, of course, symbolizes Medusa after she has changed into the Gorgon. And at the very end, though, it softens and it becomes more of a gentle tune. The very end, which I I'm hoping that can symbolize that Medusa may have finally been at peace and, reunited to her true spirit. I think many people claim that Medusa was a victim of men. I don't believe that's the case because she was a victim of Athena. I believe that Poseidon and Athena, what were they? Authority figures. So I think Medusa was a victim of authority, and that can translate to being a victim of a boss, being a victim of a very abusive corporate environment where you really might be under the gun with something, and you go to your supervisor for help and your supervisor decides to punish you instead. And I know that that does happen very sadly. So in ways, the song Medusa is not only, the story of one of my favorite characters, but also a symbol of corporate America and how abusive it is and how we really can be victimized by the work world. So that's my spiel. And but like the song, having a very, very peaceful, even though it's very short, it softens. Hopefully we can feel that when we retire. Have a good day, folks. Let me tell you a little bit about bolognese, or bolognese. I'm rusty on the official pronunciation, but it's a it's a hearty red meat sauce. It's really more of a meat sauce than a red sauce. To me, the flavor almost reminds me of kind of an Italian manwich. It's got that blend of meat and tomato. It's very hearty and it's fun to make. It's actually going to be ground pork. Beef is actually pretty expensive these days, and I do prefer to cut costs whenever I can. So I'd rather get a full pound of ground pork for $7 rather than half a pound of ground beef for $10. Here are the ingredients. We have tomato paste, we have passata, we have vegetable stock, we have it is ground pork because it was actually cheaper and it'll taste just as good. Onion, olive oil, red wine. You can also use white if you prefer, carrots, celery. Voila! Voila! Voila again. Now that everything is chopped up, we're going to go ahead and start to cook up the vegetables. The idea here is to cook them down just so that they can really
melt into the sauce. This is why we have, well, most everything chopped as finely as possible. I added some salt, some pepper, added in the ground pork. This kitchen smells amazing. Tomato paste, I do the whole tube. We're gonna add in our vegetable stock, 1 cup. I added a little bit of red wine to this. Let's add our passata. Lastly, add our milk. We are going to cover this mainly, and we're gonna let it cook, stirring very regularly for about an hour. Okay, it hasn't been cooking for a full hour, but I can tell right now it is done. Pasta is boiling. The pasta is finishing its cooking within the actual sauce itself. Sprinkle some cheese, there you go. Okay, let's try it. Notice how I'm wearing red? There's a reason. Oh my goodness. Holy cannoli. This is amazing.
celebrate National Alpaca Farm Days on September 27th and 28th at Hardley Farm. Meet alpacas and llamas up close, shop unique local vendors, enjoy delicious food trucks, free mini tours, and feed the animals. Capture the fun at our photo booth. This event is free and open to all. Bring your family and friends for a weekend full of fuzzy faces and farm fun. Hardley Farm is located at 605 Mount Hebron Road in Castalia, North Carolina. For more information, visit hardleyfarm.com. Trouble finding a gift for that hard-to-shop-for person in your life? Then you need to visit the Black Cat Shop of New Bern, North Carolina. An unusual, quirky, unique, cool, and funny novelty store. Defy the norm and become a gift-giving hero with our randomly inspired fun. The Black Cat Shop is also where you can join the Ghosts of New Bern tour for a hauntingly good time. The Black Cat Shop is located at 246 Middle Street in New Bern, North Carolina. For more information, call 252-635-1410. That's 252-635-1410. Wild Birds Unlimited Nature Shops of Greenville, North Carolina has all the ingredients to turn your backyard into a bird lover's paradise. We carry top-of-the-line feeders, seed, and feed to attract all the birds. Visit Wild Birds Unlimited Nature Shop, your local backyard bird feeding experts, at 518 Greenville Boulevard Southeast, Unit A in Greenville, North Carolina, or call 252-493-0340. That's 252-493-0340.